Right now inside of our application, any of our planets, satellites, or even nebulae we add simply go away when we shut off our application. That's really not that helpful. I don't think we should have to keep adding these objects over and over to our application in order to hold them in memory. The question that arises is how do we persist information across uses of our application? Well, this involves storing information on the device. There are multiple ways of achieving this on our phone, such as SQLite, which is useful for storing complex information. Core data is really nice because it acts as a wrapper on top of an SQLite database, and that saves us a lot of trouble in terms of learning SQLite queries. So it serves as a wrapper around the SQLite database, and this is used primarily for complex sets of data. When we have simpler information that's relatively unstructured, we can use a property list, and in fact, many of our default settings for the user are stored in our property list by default. We'll take a look at a property list later when we set up our Facebook integration. Keychain is really useful when we need to store encrypted data or secure data, such as user credentials. And we're going to be using NSUser defaults, which is a lightweight way of storing data. We'll be exploring data storage through Core Data later in the course. And Core Data is a fantastic tool that persists an object graph with relationships when the application launches. It's a really powerful way of heavy-duty persistence. And you can read articles about this online if you're more interested about this, but we'll be covering that in the future together. We won't be touching on a direct SQLite database in this course, but if you have previous examples or previous experience using SQLite, you can definitely do a little bit of mucking around and find how to use and incorporate an SQLite database into your application. For our application, we're going to be using and storing all of our information using NSUser defaults. Although NSUser defaults is lightweight, it's perfectly adequate for our challenge here.